Welcome to the channel, guys. With Hidalgo out of the way, we're moving on to the next project. Now this one's actually kind of a short-term deal. Ford Fest is next weekend. This has to be done this weekend, so you'll be seeing this video, or you are seeing this video well after all this taking place. But this project is actually for the younger audience. If you got a little kid, this one might be the one you want to hang on to and watch. This is a two-part video. First part's the build, second part's the race. And all this is taking place within 1 week. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you what we got going on. This week, we're building a Mini Cooper. But not just any Mini Cooper. This is a Minnie Mouse Power Wheels Mini Cooper. My girlfriend's niece has entered in a local Power Wheels race, and I'm responsible for building the car. So the plan is, I've got a set of motors for it. We're going to put an 18-volt Milwaukee battery in it because this is 18-volt class only, not 24, and not stock. Those are the three classes. I don't want to do a stock Power Wheels because that's boring. But I don't have the time or budget to make this ready for the 24-volt class. I actually got this given to me to build for this. One thing that I do like about this particular one, is it already has rubber tread back here on the tires. So I don't have to come up with a way to help get the traction to the ground, or the power to the ground. The other nice thing is it's a little more roomy than some of the other Power Wheels I looked at. Since my girlfriend's niece is like 8 or 9, we needed a little bigger car. This car, brand new, you can still get these. They look a whole lot better than this. This was well used. You can get these for about $285 from Walmart. They're a factory 12-volt car. They got like a 5-mile-an-hour top speed. I think the original motors in this are, I think 12,000 or 15,000 RPM. I'm putting in 40,000 RPM motors. So that should help. Gonna paint the whole car. Take as much of the Mickey Mouse stuff off as I can. Try to get rid of that look. I also have to build a roll cage for this. That way it's a little more safe. I've got seat belts for it and just all kinds of little cool stuff. This car might go 10 mile an hour when it's done, but it's gonna have that race car feel. Now that all the trim's stripped off, all the chrome, except those two taillights I gotta take out, let me show you what I got going on here. The motors on these have these cogs built in. These are aftermarket motors. These actually have steel gears in them to keep from stripping out, because that is for our Power Wheels, it's a pretty high horse motor. But these have these cogs on them that line up on these wheels and go down like that. The motors, and this is obviously upside down, slide over. All they do is slide over this axle, and there's a slot in here they go in, or a screw hole, but that seems to be missing on this one. So I'm gonna have to fudge it just a little bit, and then wire in and activate via the loud pedal, which these motors I've seen actually are pretty loud. So that's the simple part of it. Right now, I need to take this body, wash it again because I didn't get any of the crap off of it. Flip it over, put the whole thing in primer, paint it, then start putting it together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it washed and get back to you. And we're back. It's the best I could do in the dark. Need to tape off a couple spots, put this in primer tonight. Then tomorrow I'll hit it with spray it with the actual color. And then the real fun begins, getting it all wired up and everything that way. Alright, the Mini Cooper's in primer, so I'm going to give this overnight to cure and get back after it tomorrow. Tomorrow's when the fun begins. I kind of took the liberty of painting this last night because it was over 100 today, or right at 100, so I wanted the paint to bake on. Had a little touch up on the hood. It's the only reason that's wet looking. Now we're on to the fun stuff. Now the electric motors go in, everything gets wired up. I don't have a battery with me to test this tonight because it uses a Milwaukee battery and I left it at work. Got a little bit of painting left to do. I'm going to do hood stripes, but I can start putting chrome in and all that. So these motors, this whole gearbox, is like $15 on eBay. Comes with a 550 motor like you'd use on a 10th scale or 8th scale RC car. This box actually has a gear over here, a bigger gear. There's a gear here on the motor, and there's an intermediate gear here that actually transfers this and makes this go faster. The problem with stock gearboxes on these is this center gear, right, the one that's right here, will actually strip out because it's plastic. This gearbox has a metal gear in it, and for those of you that are interested, I'll put the link in the description or the comments one. And this gearbox and motor setup is 40,000 RPM. This is a 12 volt motor, so it actually will be overclocked, but they make these in a 24 volt motor that are a slight bit more expensive. And with Ford Fest and everything coming up, I really don't have the extra room in the budget. I really don't have the extra room in the budget for the car, but you know, you gotta make kids happy. And what's cool about this is it's not, you got the wiring terminals there, but you don't actually have to wire this yourself. It comes with a pigtail to plug into the factory wiring. And it just hooks up. I forget which way is which. I'd have to look at the instructions. But basically your two pigtails just go there. This plugs in. And then this slides over the axle shaft. Like so. And I'm actually going to mount these like this. Because there's a screw hole here I have to put a screw through. This mounting plate is missing. So basically, and then the wheel slides over that. Do that real quick. That sits like that. The wheel slides over like so. Power to everything. Mash the gas and it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the way installed and see if we can't at least button everything up tonight.
Give it to me like...
Okay, now that the motors are in and wired up, and I know it doesn't look the best, but, you know, it's a Power Wheels. Now we move on to the part that makes this whole thing happen. The battery adapter. This specific adapter is like $16 on Amazon. I will post a link in the description. This one adapts to a Milwaukee battery. How these wire in, you got a fusible link there. And you take this janky little piece I'll put this on a stand so I can show you. Basically, you got this piece here. I'll get the camera focus. There we go. How this happens is this wire goes in like that. I hate these little things. But you can kind of see there's blades down in there. Oh, no, this is the strip type. Okay. Take the wire end and strip them back a little bit like that. And I've got something on my mouth, so. You strip them back. I always twist my wire ends. Helps them stay together and be a little neater. That goes in like that, snaps down, and then it makes a tight connection. Now personally, I'm not a fan of these. If I had the correct connectors, I would actually like permanently wire this, but this will work for now. And another reason I chose this particular one is because it has a shut-off switch, which I might try to wire up in the front of this, but for right now it's just going to sit under the seat. These seats, the seats just slip in like so, so it's super easy to get under and change it real quick. And then after you get that, you come down here to this power adapter. This is what hooks into your standard 12-volt Power Wheels battery. Take your trusty rusty wire strippers, nip that off, throw that away. Nip that off again because you messed the strip up. Get rid of the warning stickers. This is less safe than it was from factory. Strip that the right way. You go in here, black to black, white to white, or black to black, red to red. Snap that down like so. Good to go. And I've got one more day left in this video, so tomorrow I'm going to bring a battery home. And I've also got to build the roll cage, which is basically just going to be 3/4 inch PVC tubing. It's going to be go up and up, back and down like a normal race car roll cage. And then I still have to paint all the trim, or at least clean it up and put it back on the car. I might actually leave the trim white like it is. All the trim just bolts in like, it goes on here and it's got screws on the back side. But that's basically what it'll look like when it's done. And then the chrome piece that goes right here in the grill. And then these little things down here are chrome, and I've just got them taped up. I might put the headlights back in. I don't know yet because they've got a Mickey Mouse emblem in them. So I'll decide that in a little bit. But for right now, the car's gonna sit, finish curing the paint. I have hood stripes to make, and then I've got to get and make number decals for the doors because I do have to have those to race. So we're on day 3 of the mini build, and I had to basically rewire the whole car. Remember to bring my battery home. I took the shifter out and wired everything directly to the gas pedal, but there's a kill switch and a fuse behind this. That way I can shut it on and off and all that. Don't hurt the electronics. I have already tested this, but it does run off of the throttle pedal. Basically all I have left to do is finish putting the trim back on, which you can see I started the door trim and all that. I've still got to put that in, those pieces on. Got to get some stickers made, which is no biggie. Family owns the shop, so I can do that. And build the roll cage, which shouldn't take too long. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that started, and hopefully I can have this done tonight, because I'd really like to. My girlfriend's niece is coming down Saturday night, and I'd really like to test this. So let's try to get it done. Alright, Mini Cooper is officially done. I've still got to do some cage adjustments when my driver gets here, because I don't have an exact height I need. But other than that, I could take this car and race it as is. So keep an eye out for that video. It's coming soon. And remember to follow the social media links. I go by Ethanol573 on TikTok, 573 Racing on Instagram. And if you found the YouTube page, you already know that it's 573 Racing. Hidalgo's video is done. Ford Fest is coming up. By the time you see this video, Ford Fest video might be out, or it's coming up, one of the two. And I've also got the race video for the Mini Cooper after this. So just keep an eye on the channel, and see y'all later.